Hello everyone, jumping straight to the topic that we are going to cover today, know where customers fail to convert. Before I begin, let me share with you key takeaways that you will get in next 30 minutes. So in next 30 minutes, we will discuss funnels and the difference between marketing funnels and product funnels. We will quickly understand funnels in Google Analytics and their limitations and solutions. Then we will check out a very cool feature of Google Analytics 360, which is called custom funnel, and see practical examples of using custom funnels. In the end, I'll share a secret on how to create unlimited magic funnels in Google Analytics and show you the insight generation process using magic funnels. And at the end of the webinar, we will also understand a couple of examples of how magic funnels can help identify UI and UX errors from your websites. So let's dive in straight to the topic. This is an outline for today's session. Let me start with a question. So how many marketers understand their customers completely? We deal with more than 150 marketers every month, and going by these numbers, only 20% of the marketers actually understand their users, their context, and are able to build the marketing strategy that can really pay off. One of the very basic steps and a prerequisite to engage users is to understand them. And to understand your users, we use funnels. Funnels remain one of the top insight generators for most Google Analytics users. I have seen people asking for city-wise funnels, source-wise funnels, medium-wise funnels, and even a lot of dimensions like device category and campaign-wise funnels. People love funnels. Let's have a look at the traditional marketing funnel, which we all learned in our post-graduation days, which starts with 4 steps. Like awareness, where you let people know about your products. Interest is where users get some more inclination towards your product. Then interest is turned into a desire and a strong will to have your product, which is finally followed by an action. So when you compare this marketing funnel with your product funnel, it also applies. I'm sure all of you have created such funnels in Google Analytics. For example, a user visits the home page, then browse the products, then adds the product to the cart, and finally purchase the products. If you're not created these funnels, Google Analytics is the best place to start with this. I'll just show you a sample funnel which we created for one of our internal account. This is a kind of funnel which is a checkout funnel in Google Analytics, which starts with the billing address, then there are shipping details, and then there are payment methods and the order completion. To create these funnels, we generally use page if it is a web funnel, and we use screens if it is for an app. How about the actionability of these funnels? So some people use it for understanding the drop-offs at various stages of your website. Some people also use these funnels as a reporting mechanism to report data to senior management. But wait, there is a problem. Do you remember when you last took an action based on the funnel? Have you ever changed your UI or UX based on the funnels? Mostly no. Have you ever optimized any of your marketing campaign based on the funnels? There are very less chances that you have done this. Sadly, Google Analytics funnels do not also have the capability to remarket the dropped off users. Plus, you can't also segment the funnels with specific details like sources or medium or city or device category. So what is the solution? The solution is custom funnels in Google Analytics. So custom funnels is a GA360 feature and is a must feature for any of the marketer or analyst out there. It solves a lot of problems that exist with traditional GA funnels. For example, you can use it as a senior management dashboard. You can understand the drop-offs. You can optimize marketing campaigns. You can also remarket to the dropped-off users. And additionally, you can also segment the funnels for certain deep data analysis. However, custom funnels are not the good way to understand and get the UI changes done. You can't understand top converting user journeys, and also they fail while you want to understand the users. For these 3 points, we will use magic funnels. Stay with me to see some magic in the coming slides. We will quickly cover the custom funnels and then straight jump to the magic funnels altogether. So let me show you where you can create different custom funnels. So you will need to first open your Google Analytics account and make sure you are on a premium 360 property so that you can create a custom funnel. Select the view where you want to create the custom funnel and then jump to the customization. When you will jump to the customization, click on the new custom report, and then you will see 4 different options. One would be Explorer, Flat Table, Map Overlay, and the last one is the custom funnels. Just click on the custom funnel. Let's give it some good name, like my first custom funnel, and explore this. So when you think about a custom funnel, there are 4 different options which you will be presented with. So let's understand each of them one by one. First is the analysis type. So for example, traditional Google Analytics funnels used to depend only within the session. So whatever analysis you were able to do was very limited to the particular session. But now custom funnels are expanding these capabilities, and you can actually have your analysis done over different sessions of the user. So different stages of the funnel can occur in different sessions altogether. So I can actually view the product in session 1, and I can add to cart the product in session 2, and then I can actually convert in session 3. So such kind of analysis, you would like to select different stages, can occur in different sessions. Traditional funnels, like they were, you can have funnel type as closed funnels or even open funnels. So closed funnels will only allow users to enter a stage from the beginning of the funnel. If you want your funnels to be open, you may want users to enter into the funnel at any of the stage. Traditionally, Google Analytics only provides session level funnels, but with custom funnels, you can also create user-based funnels. These are very important aspects for an app developer. So if you want the user level funnels, custom funnels is the solution. In the last but very useful option is subsequent stage, which should be followed. So if you want a user to follow a predefined path, you should select immediately after a stage. And if you want them to follow and come to the funnel in any of the random order, you can select any of the time after a stage. So once you've selected all of these 4 different options, now is the time where you define your stages of funnel. So for example, Stage can be created with any of the different Google Analytics dimensions. Like you can use acquisition dimensions, you can use behavioral dimensions, you can also use if you have any custom dimensions as well. So it gives you a lot of capabilities in terms of designing your stages. So let's have a look at a particular funnel which I created for this webinar. So this is how it looks. Like stage 1 is home page visit, stage 2 is category page visit, stage 3 is a detailed page visit, and an add to cart finally, and then the user is converting and landing on a thank you page. When you just save this funnel and go to the funnel, you see this funnel in Google Analytics. Okay, let's quickly jump to the use cases of funnels now that we are already aware about the custom funnels. One of the very good use case of custom funnels is to use events with custom funnels. For example, when you want to understand a journey where users start from a home page and then lands on a category page. On the category page, assume that user is using some filter and then he is actually converting after using the filter. You can design such funnels in Google Analytics. But wait, can you create custom funnels for historical data as well? The answer is yes. So one of the great features of custom funnels is you can actually create funnels for your past data. You can also use segments on top of these funnels. For example, I'm using two different segments. One is Facebook CPC and second is Google CPC for the comparison of the results. Such comparisons, when you do a campaign based comparison or even device category based comparisons, they are very insightful and you can get a lot of good insights like how people are converting on the desktop, how people are converting on mobile, and where the optimization is required. Now is the time for some action. So when you want to take actions based on funnels, you can actually remarket a list of dropped off users and start remarketing them. So to create a segment out of the funnel dropped off users, you can click on the red arrows which are there, like converted but not completed. So when you click on these arrows, you can create the segment and then you can export these segments to your favorite remarketing tool like DoubleClick or AdWords and then start remarketing to these users. Another good use case is sequences. Let's take an example of a publisher website where people consume content. When we compared users coming via paid search and organic to the sports page and their conversion rate, we got a lot of good insights. For example, when I show this screen, there are two different funnels. One starts from paid search to the sports page, and the second one starts from the organic sports page. So all the people who landed on a sports page with organic source medium and then converted. You can see that there is very high traffic from organic for the sports page, but very low conversion rate. Isn't this something you would like to discuss this with your SEO team and get the next steps of identifying lower performing URLs and then optimize on those particular URLs? However, Custom funnels are not the complete solution. We always expect much more from Google Analytics, right? Like, at times, for me, it becomes really hard to decide which steps to include in the funnel and which ones to not. Custom funnels are good, but at times it restricts you to go into more details easily. Maybe you will also have to do a lot of iterations to find a very basic UI insight. Even after spending long hours on custom funnels or the traditional funnels, you may not be sure that you now know the most followed user journeys. Practically, there are also limitations on even creating goals that restrict you from analyzing even in more detail. So what is the solution? We call it magic funnels. So let me share a trick with you that you can use with your tracking. We all know about the dimension called source medium, and what you need to do is to use page type and user actions as a proxy to the source medium, and send these details with virtual page views in a separate property of GA using GTM. Plus you will need to define your goals and then use the top conversion paths report to see your magic funnels. I think there are a couple of questions. I think we can take up them at the end of the session, just a couple of more minutes. So these are the configurations which you would do in Google Tag Manager. So as you see, now we are passing the actual details like page type into the campaign source and the action of the user into the campaign medium. Once you do this, your magic funnels in Google Analytics are ready, and this is a sample report that you will get in Google Analytics under multi-channel funnels, top conversion path reports. So instead of source mediums, which used to appear there, now you will have journeys that are based on actual user actions. Let's check out some good insights that we discovered using magic funnels. So we worked with one of the lead generation client which provides a way to sell cars online based on the car. So there are typically 3 steps to convert a user. One is the user selects the car or the brand of the car and all the details. The user adds more detail on the second step and even submits their email address to evaluate the car. And then finally, the platform generates an online quote for this user and its car. Assuming we are tracking all of these user actions in Google Analytics, and when we actually see the magic funnels data, this was the output. This is one of the user journeys recorded in top conversion path report. So yes, people are visiting a home page, then selecting the drop down values, and then finally landing on the second page, which was car details page. But when majority of the users were following the expected pattern, however, when we dive deeper, there were some unexpected patterns as well. Users were actually coming back to the details page to change the values of the drop downs, evaluate their car. So what could be the reasons? Like why would a user come back to the car details page and change the drop downs? So as a next step, we are now working with the client on a single page form A/B test so that users don't need to come back to the page and change values to get their evaluations. Another very insightful stuff in this slide, this is a normal form completion flow where users are selecting different drop downs and then submitting the form and then landing on a card details page and then again selecting some more drop downs and then finally filling up the email and submitting the form as a lead. So most of the users were actually following the expected patterns, but there were some unexpected patterns as well. So when we dive deeper into the data, we could find that there were a lot of users who were actually willing to skip the email submit step. So there were user journeys without email field, and people were actually trying to submit the form without the personal email address. So maybe what could be the next steps? Like we are now working with the client to actually maybe skip the email field altogether, or we can have some creative ways to ask for emails. We strongly encourage everyone to use magic funnels to get insights and share your feedback on the idea. In case you require any help, feel free to reach out to me on jyot@tatvic.com, or feel free to follow us and tweet us on any of the topic. With this, we end this webinar, but wish you all a very insightful year 2017. We would be now open for the questions. So yeah, there are some questions from people. Let me take the first question. How is a user-based, this is a question from Vishal, like how is a user-based funnel going to be different from a session-based funnel? Yes, this is an interesting question. When you think about Google Analytics funnels, the traditional funnels, they are all based on sessions. So for example, you may get a funnel where all of the primary metrics of the funnels are sessions. But now there were a lot of requirements as well coming from the app developers, where people would rather want to look at the user level funnel. So I would say how many users actually start this funnel, and out of these users, how many of them actually convert. So marketers have actually become more user centric, and then that's where the custom funnels come into the picture, and you can use these funnels as well for users. I could see another question, I could see that I can create a custom funnel for only 5 steps. Is there a way for me to create a custom funnel for more than 5 steps? Yes, interestingly, there is a way to create, so it's, I would call it a workaround. So generally custom funnels do not allow more than 5 steps. So just let me show you in Google Analytics. Like when you want to add more than 5 steps, you may not be able to add the 6th step to the same custom funnel, but there are possibilities, like you can create and continue your funnel into the 2nd tab, right? So if you have one custom funnel, yes, create first 5 steps in the first funnel and the next 1 or 2 stages into the different tab. So yes, it is fairly possible to get these funnels. There are a couple of more questions, like I work in the internet media company, and how can I use funnels? So for the media company like Times of India or some companies like Your Story, you would be able to use the custom funnels to understand the journeys of the user. So for example, let's say this is an e-commerce funnel, but for a media company, the flow would remain more or less same. You would treat each of the steps of, let's say, e-commerce. So people land on a home page for even a media company, or it could be an article page here. Then the next steps would be different for a media company. For a media company, you can have people who have scrolled till 10% of the article, people who have scrolled till 20%, 30%, and up to the end of the article. So these are certain use cases for even media funnels. You can also create custom funnels, like what are the use of recommended articles. So someone landing on an article page and then using recommended sections of the article could be another use case for the media company. Can you, there is one more question, like, can you please revise the process, page type, proxy for source medium? Okay. Let me go back to the slide. I'll just show you once more how how you can create. Okay. Let's go to the monitor screen and let me actually go back to the slides. Is this open? Yeah, so let me go back to the slide of how to create magic funnels in Google Analytics. Yep, so I'll just reach there. Okay, so the trick is to use the page type in the user action. So for example, generally the top conversion path reports use source medium to show you the journeys. So it shows you the users who have come from different source mediums like Google paid search, or let's say they have come from an organic traffic and then finally converted, right? But when we use page type as a proxy to source, and we use source user action as a proxy to medium, you will receive the same funnels. So here is the configuration of GTM. I'll just show you. So for a page, you are going to pass a virtual page view, and in the campaign source and medium, we are going to pass category underscore page, which is the page type, and in the medium we are going to pass filter clicked. Right. So when the Google Analytics receives this data, it cannot differentiate and understand that these are not actual source mediums, but these are page type and user action, and it creates this report for you in Google Analytics. So if you just go to the multi-channel funnel report and top conversion paths, you will actually get all of the user journeys based on the user actions rather than the different source mediums. I hope this is clear. How can another good question we received from Subramanian Iyer, like how can the custom funnels be useful for a travel-based company? So yes, for a travel-based company, you can have custom funnels like people who start their journeys from different source mediums. So one of the very good use case which we covered was segmenting your basic funnels, right? So when you think about custom funnels, take your very basic funnel, like people searched the locations or let's say the flight details, and they landed on the flight selection page. Then they are going through the checkout process, and then finally payment and transaction. right? So you can actually segment these funnels from different source mediums, different campaigns all together in different cities as well. So for travel based companies, custom funnels would be even more useful. There are other questions like, can I use custom funnels to understand how many users are clicking on the third party ads on my homepage? If the percentage is high, I can ask my technical team to drop the ad spot from homepage. Yes, you can. If it is a third party ad, you would like to set up the tracking. So you would go back to your technical team and analytics team, set up the whole tracking process of the ads which you are delivering. Whenever some users are clicking on the ads, you would record those conversions into Google Analytics and then use these events as a part of the custom funnel. Fairly, yes, possible. There is one more question, like, are there any trade-offs of sending virtual page views? Some other reports would get very confusing, won't they? Yes, there are trade-offs of sending virtual page views. So that's why we recommend sending a virtual page view into a separate property altogether or a separate view. So when we covered virtual page views, you will need to pass them into a separate property as they can actually mess up with your data. Yep, I think that answers your question. For in case of any unresolved queries, please feel free to contact me on jyot@tatvic.com. I would be happy to help on your query. Thank you.